What's going on, everyone? Average Player YGO here, and this is my Undefeated Locals Spright deck profile, because the deck profile I used for the YCS janked. I forgot my Ready Fusion target, the whole 9 yards, so I revamped it. This is also for the new ban list, so please check that out. I also have 2 ultimate rares of Spright Blue here. Picked those up, and a couple other things here that was there. Got a nib signed by MBT and a Spright Blue signed by Jesse Cotton. So let's get into it. If you guys don't know, it's generally main deck, extra deck, side deck, and then we go into everything else. And then we as we do it, we talk about cards. So 3 copies of Spright Blue. That's your main big boy. You want to see that all the time. And 2 copies of Jet. Blue to Jet, starter, whatever you get, it's going to be full combo. Droll is not your best friend here. So if you open a red, you can normal summon red, special summon blue. Add Jet, they droll you. You just tribute off the blue for red to negate. But so we're going to stack these up and do this. We're going to try to do a little bit of different style for the deck profile, so you guys can still see all the monsters at the same time for what we're doing. And then 2 red. As I was talking about, you just use the red to tribute off, because unlike the blue and the Jet, they don't have to be special summoned to activate their effects. 1 carrot and 1 pixie. I decided this time, I was like, you know what? I'm sick of keeping monster on board, or I starters, or if I catch Mannequin Cat, summon blue to add Pixie this time instead of blue add Jet, and try to hope that my board doesn't get broken and I don't die. So now we're adding Pixie this time, and Pixie's in here just in case you have a board and you need to make sure your level 2 monsters and your rank 2s and your rank 2s all stay alive. The Pixie's going to help you make sure your monsters stay alive. They won't die because it's basically an Honest, and we love Honest. It's a good card. Back in the day anyway. Alright, now we have like a whole water engine. And this part has changed a little bit too, so we're going to have triple copies of our buddy Swap Frog. We love our Swap Frog here. 2 copies of Nimble Angler and 3 copies of Nimble Beaver. Some people still run 3 of these, and I don't like that. I run 2 because if you don't want to open it, it's a brick. But you also don't want to open 1 and have none for your combo, or else you are really going to brick. We don't have Dupe Frog in here anymore. It was ruled against me at the YCS that if Dupe Frog was sent to the graveyard for Link Summon, it will not resolve. And it will not start the chain where you add a Swap Frog and you can basically get a free Toad off of that. So yeah, but Beaver, you play at 3 because if you normal summon it, it's not a bad thing. You know, in normal summons, you can special summon from your deck or graveyard, so it doesn't really matter. Especially if you, like, Foolish, do this special too, and you have another one in your hand, you can just do that. It's pretty good. That whole engine is amazing, especially since you can use Swap Frog to discard Angler as well, and do full combo. That came up all day today. But here's some pretty nice cards. We got an Ibly signed by MBT, and the Fallen of Argyros. Now, this card is actually new to my deck. I never used to play this card. And then my buddy was like, hey, check this card out. I checked it out. I was like, man, that's actually like pretty solid. This card, if you have a level rank, if there's a Link rank or a level 2 on the field, special summon this card to either field, and it can act as a floodgate against any Link monster to summon it to his own Link monster points to, so they can activate their effects. Or it acts as a quick effect on your opponent's turn. Say they're playing Cash, just to detach 2 materials from whatever card. But everybody knows Ibly. The card's amazing. And that basically allows your opponent not to play the game. We have reduced the amount of hand traps because we no longer play Gamma. Because, you know, it's limited to 1 in this upcoming ban list. And I wanted to try to fit the deck around the upcoming ban list. Generally at locals, they're like, oh yeah, the ban list just dropped. Even though it's up and coming, we're still going to play just to get used to it. And, you know, not have to worry about, you know, not being in touch for the new ban list. So I've already removed some hand traps. There's 3 Ash, which I did decide to make all secrets while at the YCS. 3 Imperm. And those are like our main hand traps, and then called by, because I always count called by as a hand trap. It is Really good. I love this card. But that's it. Anything, if you guys are wondering about Droll, I don't play Droll. I actually don't have it. If I do, it's probably at some point going to find its way into my side deck. As Cash becomes more of a Make Your Ice Heart Pass deck, I might remove my Nibs, or I might remove Lava Golems. I don't know yet. Or keep them at 1 just in case, and then start putting in like 2 Drolls or whatever. We'll get there. We'll see. 2 starter, because like I said, we're going off the new ban list. If this card didn't get put down, it'd be at 3. But this is based off the new ban list, the 1 smashers. There's actually times I opened both of these and actually came in clutch, because they would negate the activation of 1, and then I just go ahead and use the other one. Smashers, just free banish. It's good. Here's the newest card to the collection, Pot of Prosperity. It is pretty good in this deck, depending on what deck you're playing against. Especially games 2 and 3. This card is absolutely nutty in this deck, because you know, hey, I say I don't need Zeus, or I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. It doesn't do shit against them. Banish 6, peel 6, dig. And it actually came up a lot. When I first tried this out, peeled 6, added Judgment. Peeled 6, got a blue. You know, it's pretty good. And I only have 2 copies of it. But actually, for right now, I think this is like perfect for this deck, 2 copies of Prosperity. Because if you don't see it, then you're seeing all the rest of the cards that are good. But if you see it, it just helps you get a better hand. And then the other MVP card today was Triple Tactics Talent. It was good. I stole M-Pen today. I stole M-Pen from Karma, who plays Flu. I stole an Appaloosa. You know, I did a couple things. I also ripped something out of somebody's hand so they didn't have a hand. And it actually ended up being beneficial, because then they couldn't follow up, and that's how I won the tournament. Cash didn't have a follow-up because they ended up drawing Theosis, and they didn't have anything. They didn't have the Birth because they discarded Birth. Made them do it. So, yeah. And our last 2 cards are like 1-card starters. Foolish Burial is a 1-card starter. Ready Fusion is just a free special summon, so you don't have to rely on your normal summon. Gets around decks like Flu. And there's the target in here for this actually now, instead of me missing it at the YCS. The Foolish Burial, our only target now that we really want to get to the graveyard is either Agiros or Nimble Angler. Nope, just Nimble Angler. So you can start your combos without a normal summon. 1 Double Cross is the only Spright trap card that we play. You only want to play 1, because it's actually like a huge brick if you open up more than 1, and you actually don't even want to open it all. You want to search it. And then, because I never have a deck without playing 3 Judgment. Love this card. It's actually very beneficial if you're going first. You set a Judgment, they normal summon, you Judgment. In Cash, they special summon, and then they try to normal summon. When they go for that normal summon, you Judgment them. And now they can't Arise Heart, because depending on what they have on board, they can't Arise Heart unless they have Arise Heart. So, yeah, so that's it for the main deck. Now going on to the extra deck. We're going to blow through this pretty fast. The extra deck has not changed. 1 Sprint. Yeah. 1 Bujinki. Dark. IP. Lambda. And Avermax. Alvain. That's the Ready Fusion target. 2 Gigantic Spright. Probably one of the best cards in the deck. If anything, this card should have gotten touched. Totally Awesome and Cat Shark. Good combination of cards. Totally Awesome actually came up against Super Heavy Samurai today. Amazing, because I stopped them from activating their skill. They activated their skill, then they activated its effect. I took it and set it to my side of the field. So, yeah. And obviously Cat Shark's like MVP for just OTK. Mannequin Cat and Centuria. Mannequin Cat's like one of the main cards to combine with Sprint. It's actually pretty nutty, because like you can Mannequin Cat against Cash, they special summon, right? And then you can target a fire monster if they have the fire monster on board. Special red, now you have a free monster negate, and you bounce one of their cards. So Mannequin Cat's really good. Centuria is basically the guy to go into a guy coming up. Oni B, it's also good too. I used him today to banish a card. I had 3 XE materials on him. I actually had 4 materials on him. Detach 1, banish a card, swung, make Zeus has 4 materials on it. I used that for him today. And then obviously Zeus, like I was mentioning earlier, he's good. He barely comes up though, because you're locking yourself with Gigantic or Starter or whatever. But now on to the side, as the side decks changed a little bit. As I said, I've already started changing stuff according to the new ban list, how my deck's going to run differently. And basically what we're going to be seeing. So for monsters, we're playing 2 Nibs, the MBT one. 2 Lava Golems, which is signed by Douglas Zeef and Red Resonator. This is Red Resonator is always good in time. Lava Golem, Tribute 2. It's good against actually most decks. I played this against Cash over the weekend. Helped me out. I actually lava'd him twice in the same turn, and it helped me out because he had no way to get rid of him. They were just sitting on his board, and it ended up burning him. And then Red Resonator for life point win. Nibs, people don't respect the rock. You hit them with the Dwayne Johnson, and they get put in a heap of trouble. We only have 1 Spright card in here now. We didn't actually have one in here in the YCS or the previous deck lists or the previous deck profiles. It's just Gamma Burst. This came up today against Flu, as my opponent had summoned Winged Dragon Ra, and he went to go attack. I activate Gamma Burst to basically make my monster get higher, as high as possible, which was Gigantic Spright, which is at 32, and then Cat Sharked it to 64 on his main phase, and then he went for attack. I activate Gamma Burst to make him gain another 1400. So now he's at 78, and then I activated Pixie to make sure he was dead, just in case he had something. So, and of course, going towards new ban list, there's 2 Lightning Storm, because it got put to 2, whatever. Now I'm just going to play for Harpy's Feather Duster. Ignore the bend in it that you can see. It's an old version from when I was a kid. And then the last 3 spells are 3 Dark Rulers. This card never actually came up. I never sided it in during the YCS, so it might actually come out, it might actually come out, but I don't know yet. If I'm playing against Super Heavy Samurai, it might come out, but it might stay in. But the one card that is definitely on the radar to come out of my side deck is this next one with 3 copies of Evenly Matched. Because against Branded, this card's good unless they have Mirror Jade. Against Super Heavy Samurai, it wasn't that good, because if you can't play through all those negates by the time you hit battle phase, those just negate it anyway. So that's the issue. Most decks now, they can negate Evenly Matched. I generally don't play it. I didn't actually use it. I used it once at the YCS, and he was still able to recover and beat me because of what he was playing again. He was playing, so I don't remember what that matchup was, but I ended up using it. He ended up recovering anyway. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was the deck profile. If you guys get this video to about 20 likes, I will go ahead and do a combo tutorial on it, so you guys can see how it runs comparatively to how it used to, because there's different interactions that you can do with this deck now, and test hands are gonna be insane. That's all I can say. I test handed this, and everything just worked out perfect. I got the outer sleeves because MBT for my Ibli had signed the sleeve, and I didn't want it to rub off. So I got outer sleeves so I didn't damage the sleeve. I basically had to play throughout the YCS without outer sleeves because they didn't sell magic size sleeves. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to drop a like on it. Comment what you guys think should be different, as I think this is probably the best Spright build that I've had yet. So yeah, let me know what you guys think be different, because like I said, I think it's the best build I have yet. And tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me what you guys think about the most recent ban list. I will do a ban list coverage video here in a little bit. I don't know when that's going to be, but I will try. because I want you guys to have my take on it, but I also want you guys to not feel like I'm like faking a reaction. I just want to go over it, talk about it, and try to talk about what decks are going to be good. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good day. See ya.